Hey, what's up guys? Just when I'm about to start this video, it starts raining. So we're here talking about dating women in Medellin, but really it's not just Medellin, but the title is because that's what people identify more with, dating women in Medellin, Colombia. But let me tell you a little bit about that, but first I gotta pop open my umbrella. Okay, so now I'm with my umbrella popped open so we don't get wet. So Medellin is not just Medellin. There are other couple of cities or big towns around it in the metropolitan area, the Medellin metro area. It's Envigado as well, where I am right now, where I'm walking through here in Envigado. And also we have Sabaneta, Itagüí, Bello, Copacabana, La Estrella, Caldas, Barbosa, and Girardota. Those are the towns and small cities that are part of the Medellin metropolitan area, the Valley of Aburrá. Now, if you like what I'm doing, you guys can give it a like right now. It helps it get out to more people, help the channel grow. Thank you. So let's keep talking. We're walking towards the park. So in case you don't know, I'm Colombian American. I was born and raised in the USA, born in New York and raised in South Carolina, USA, and in New York and Georgia. And I've been here in Colombia in the Medellin metropolitan area for 24 years now. And I also lived in the Rio Negro and Guarne, which are not part of the Medellin metropolitan area, but are half an hour to 45 minutes away, or an hour, depending on what part of Guarne or Rio Negro you're going to. And the rain is picking up. So much for having a dry, nice time doing this video, but hey, it's part of the program. Let's go find somewhere drier. Okay, so the rain has let up. It stopped raining. I was looking for a place to do the video, but now I just found this. So I've been here for 24 years, guys, and I've been dating during that whole time, not continuously of course, Colombian women. I had one long relationship that lasted 4 years and 3 months, just about, and it was a beautiful relationship, but it's a little problems just like any other relationship. And before and after that, they've just been, you know, dating but not serious. Nothing ever serious, because it didn't get to that point. I wanted it to get to that point with some girls, but it didn't happen with some women. Some women wanted it to get serious with me, but it didn't happen because we were not clicking all the way through. So let me just tell you basically what dating is like here in terms of dating women in the Medellin metropolitan area. Still got some raindrops coming down again, so let's see what happens here. Okay, one thing that's very important right off the bat here, guys, getting into this, is that you who are foreigners like myself, even though I'm Colombian American because my parents are Colombian, but I was born and raised in the US, Spanish is essential. Spanish is essential because most people in Colombia do not speak English, contrary to popular belief or imagination on the part of some people. So Spanish is essential, that you know how to speak some basic Spanish so you can have a conversation with the girl, with the woman. What good does it do you or the woman if neither of you can speak to each other and really share your thoughts on life, your dreams, complain to each other, help each other improve, help the relationship grow? How can you do that? Really, how can you do that? Learn Spanish. Women here, at least the Paisa women I know and Antioqueñan women I have known over the 24 years, friends and friends of friends, are very traditional women in general. This is not about easy women, contrary to popular belief as well. Popular belief, they think people come here and think they're just gonna have it easy with a woman. A woman is just gonna shack up with them. You're gonna snag her, she's gonna shag you, or whatever. It's not like that. Women in general, the good ones, are looking for something real, for something serious, for something that is long lasting and with love, affection, that women are treated well. Women want to be treated well. Women want to be treated like a princess, like a lady, like a queen. Whatever you want to call it, women want to be treated as such. It's starting to rain again, so let me go over here by the church. At least get some cover. So women want this. Women want this. And women, let me tell you guys, women are very attached to their mothers. A lot of women here in the Medellin metropolitan area and outside of Medellin too, in terms of the countryside, like smaller towns like Rio Negro and whatever, and Guatape, whatever, Santa Fe, Antioquia. Women are generally very, they love their women, their mothers. And they're not, most women are not really willing to relocate to the US or to any other city in Colombia, because a lot of them want to be close to mom, because they value mom a lot. People here are very family oriented, very family oriented. So, and women are very traditional, very conservative in general. I mean, if you guys are expecting to find love at a bar, that's 9.5 times out of 10, it ain't gonna happen. And if it happens to you, good for you, congratulations. You're, yeah, what's up? You're one of the few that happens too. Because usually when people go to a bar and nightclub, it's to have fun, have a good time, and people are drunk, you know, drinking. It's a different atmosphere. Kind of like if you want to follow some guys that are talking about this more in depth, but I've been here for 24 years and I've done it longer in terms of dating women that are from here, not from the States, not from Europe, not from Asia, whatever, but, or Africa, but from here, from Colombia, and here in this area, basically. I've been doing this, but check out Life with David. He's dating a Colombian woman, and he's been dating her for a while now. And Where's Wes? Where's Wes is the other channel, and he's Asian American, and he married a woman from Manizales, I think, or Pereira. Anyway, a Colombian girl, and they're hitting it off well. And these two guys speak Spanish. They learn how to speak Spanish. David and Wes. Wesley Thomas. David Martinez. But David Martinez is 5th generation Mexican American out of Texas. So, and if a woman is serious about being with you, you got to treat her right. Don't treat her like garbage, and make sure that if you're gonna have her as a steady girlfriend and possibly a wife, that you're gonna improve her economic condition, because that's a rule of thumb all over the world. A woman doesn't, and there goes my gimbal again, going crazy. Come back in a moment. Well, it took a while to get that thing fixed. It's going nuts on me. Let's keep walking. So, a woman wants to be upgraded in her economic position. She doesn't want to have her situation get worse, and she wants to be treated well, with respect, with love. And women anywhere in the world don't like cheaters. So the women I dated all these years, I'm not going to get into how many, but 24 years of experience in general in the game of love, dating, whatever you want to call it, I found that most of these women were very nice at heart, and everything is just, we didn't line up. And only one, she and I aligned for about 4 years and 3 months, but we started growing apart 2.5 years into our relationship. That's life. Some relationships are built to last all the way through until one or the other dies, and others are just designed, or will happen just for a short amount of time. And what else can I tell you? This is the park, Envigado Park here. And you got to get into these groups on Facebook here in Medellin, like Medellin Gringos or something like that. I forgot, these foreigner groups. Go to church somewhere, learn to speak the language. Like I said, there are schools here, or before you come here, learn to speak some of the language before you come this way, with the apps, YouTube videos, whatever, Duolingo. And go to the gym, a nice gym in a nice area, nice neighborhoods, and that way you can meet some people at the gym that can introduce you to people. The social circles here, in terms of friends, are very closed in general. Paisas, that's what people are called here in the Medellin metropolitan area, in the Valley of Aburrá. Paisas, not Antioqueños, but Paisas. They're very kind people, very warm community and everything, but when it comes to letting people into their social circle of friends, it's hard, it's not easy. People like Life with David or Where's West will tell you this because they have been doing the research and they have been living the experience. But if you're lucky enough and make the effort and go into those Facebook groups or whatever, go to a church where you meet people and you got to talk the language, then things become more possible. And at the gym, things like this. And that's the way. And then just going around your neighborhood, wherever you're living, and making connections with the people there. And the women in Colombia, and especially here in the Medellin metropolitan area, are among the most beautiful women in the world, in the top 20. But that doesn't mean you can take advantage of them. Just make sure that you are real with what you come for. If you're just coming for a good time, then it ain't gonna happen with down wholesome women. It's gonna happen with the shady women. If you're just looking for a quickie, look, good time, kind of like fling affair, not here. You gotta pay for that, and you know what I mean. Not the good thing. Something else I wanted to say about this was that you gotta be careful when you come to the nightclubs, bars, and expecting to score something with a woman. They could slip you a Mickey, because the women that are in those bars where the tourists, American, Canadian, foreign tourists hang out, those women are looking for their prey, for a victim to slip a Mickey to, and then take them out somewhere and take all their valuables away. And those are very few women. Very few women. So don't be stupid, don't do the dumb thing. Just treat women in general well. But if you're coming to Colombia, Medellin, just to looking for a good time and to score easy, then be prepared for the worst things to happen and all of that. So that's all for now. I don't know what else to tell you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. And that's it. And just respect women. Over and out. Okay, I just remembered this piece of information. A lot of women, I don't know how many, are single parents, single mothers. And if you look for them on Tinder, these girls on Tinder or whatever those dating websites and stuff like that, or even on Facebook or whatever, they're looking for the meal ticket out. And they know that the Americans, the Canadians, whoever's coming this way, are looking for a woman to marry, and even younger. And these girls, well, kind of sometimes these women might throw themselves at you just to get you so they can get out of their difficult situation, because they're single mothers working a hard job, probably not even professionals. So that's something else to keep in mind before you go jumping into the line. Don't jump the gun. Get to know a woman. A good word of advice is date her, get to know her family, where she lives, and all this good stuff. Talk to her. That's why knowing the language is important, and that way so you can really connect and get to know each other, and then get a good feel and see if you really want to marry this woman and be with her, and that she wants to be with you, so that way you don't have any funny surprises along the way. That's all. That works everywhere in the world, not just in Colombia. Get to know the woman, let her get to know you, and see if you really are apt for each other. And okay, you might have the question, why am I still single at 50? Single at 50, not a virgin at 50, single. I'm a traveler. I want to continue traveling around the world for many years to come, and continuously, non-stop. So that would not be right with the woman if I marry her, but she wants to stay home. She's got a regular job. She's a professional, and I'm gone for 11 months out of the year, or like I'm going to be doing with my next plan to travel out. Right now I'm just here because of personal matters for some months more to come. But when I get back on the street, on the road, when I hit the road again traveling, I'm going to be gone for 2.5 years before I come back to visit my folks, before I come back to visit my mom and dad here in Colombia. And then I'll be here for a month when I come back, a month and a half, and then boom, I'll head out again and travel for another 10 or 11 months, come back, visit the folks, and keep doing my YouTube thing. But more than YouTube, it's just traveling. I love traveling. And believe me, if I had a woman now, serious relationship, where we were, wow, then going out to travel would be, like the way I'm planning out, would be a no-go. It would be because it doesn't work for anybody to have a long distance relationship where you're only seeing each other once a year for a month, or in my case leaving next year, gone for 2.5 years before coming back. It doesn't work. Anyhow, that's me. Now here's another thing to keep in mind. The younger generations now, like women 20 to maybe 30 years old, they've changed their perspectives, and a lot of these girls are different in terms of the ones that are more educated and even not so educated, whatever. And they're maybe not as traditional in big cities here like Medellin as women who are like 35, 40, 45. Now women that come from small towns in Antioquia, they're more traditional, they're more conservative. But in the city, just like any major city in the world, there's a lot of change and modernization and these different ideas. So then those women that are 20 to 30 years old, 18 to 30, have different ideas. They're more laid back now. They're not so religious, not so traditional, conservative, and they're a little more on the wild side sometimes, anywhere in the world. So be careful with that as well. And other women just want to get out of here, leave Colombia for a better economic future, and they see, even though if they don't have kids, or if they have kids, maybe they see that possibility in marrying a man that has the promise of taking them to the US or to Canada or Europe for a better life. Be on the lookout for that too. There might not be really love in there, but just economic interests. Another thing to keep in mind is that women here are very affectionate, very caring in general. When you get sick and they really care for you, they take care of you, make sure you're doing well. If you got sick, came down with a flu or whatever, and they'll make food for you. They're not crazy about, they don't give you any lip about cooking for you. Actually, they offer themselves to cook. They love it when you are romantic with them, when you are thoughtful. Women here tend to be sexier, more sexual appeal than in the States or Canada. Women here take care of their bodies very well. Not all of them, because not everybody. I'm just telling you from the general knowledge I've experienced here, the general experiences I've had with women. You go to the gyms and everything, and you see a lot of women working out. They want to stay healthy and fit and look beautiful, not just for themselves, but for you guys who are dating them when you're in a serious relationship. And they want that because they know there's a lot of competition out there, and they want to make sure that their man is happy with what they see in terms of physical, not just the relationship on the love level, but also physically. They want to be happy with it, and for their man to be happy with that too. Something that I've heard Wes say, where's Wes? And I experienced it there when I was in the States, that women were not so, let's say, caring for their own bodies. But there are some women that have started doing that here too. But hey, we got a little bit of everything in the world. Wanted to share that with you too. This is one long video, but we'll have that. Nothing is perfect and everything is perfect, and nothing is specific for everybody, but there is the general idea. Very important for some women here in the Medellin metro area is that when they're not living with their mother and father anymore and they're married and whatever, they like to go on Saturdays or on Sundays to have lunch with their mother and father, especially the mother. Or if they're very attached to the father, but mostly the mother. The mother is like the center of everything. People are very family oriented here, like I said before. So that's one thing, and they love spending Christmas and all the important holidays with their mothers, with the family, especially during Christmas time. Now, if you do happen to get married to a Colombian woman here, paisa, whatever, caleña, bogotana, barranquillera, cartagenera, Samaria from Santa Marta, etc., and they move abroad with you to your home country, whether it be in Mexico, the States, Canada, whatever. A lot of these women will miss their families, especially their mother and father too, in many cases, because there are a lot of good dads here too. And it's going to be very important for you to come with them, to bring them here on vacation at least once every 2 years, especially for the Christmas time season, which is the best time, because they want to really spend it with their mothers. Keep that in mind for relationship to work well, and don't be greedy, don't be selfish. Bring them over here, even if, when you take them away to your own home. In the Medellin metropolitan area, when you marry a woman, you marry her family. This is a popular saying, and it does really go like that because women are very attached to their families. Very family oriented, like I told you. If you marry a woman here, you marry into her family as well. You're gonna have a lot of interaction with the family before the marriage and after and during the marriage and all of that. So keep that in mind too. And if you don't like that, then you're knocking on the wrong door. Now do be aware that there are women who want to be kept women, and they will not work. They just want a man to give them everything and not really lift a finger, even have housekeeping and everything. So be on the lookout for the kept women. That's why I say really get to know a woman before you jump into the ocean with her. Okay, I'm going to tell you one more thing, guys. Now that I just thought about, this has been so many closings, it's not even funny, but this is the way I am. I'm going to do a live stream Q&A about dating women in Colombia, here in the Medellin metro area. If you're interested, the date will be, just give this enough time for people to know about this, in November. And I'm going to do it for like a Saturday or Sunday. Sunday is best when I'm home and resting and not doing anything. So let's do this for a Sunday in November. Be on the lookout for it. It'll be on the first or second Sunday in November here in Colombia, and I'll do it around 2 p.m. Colombia time for any of you who want to join me and anybody else connected that day. Second Sunday in November, I hope. It's not tentative, it's not fixed yet, but let's do it. Be alert if you want to get that notification of when it happens and all of that. Just subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button and be alert, be on the lookout. It's going to be in November, one of those Sundays.